February has not been as good as you previously witnessed. But somehow we have still maintained the gap at the top of the table. I am seriously thinking now Swansea could win the championship in our first season. Let's go and kick some balls. Hello and welcome back to the Liberty Stadium, Swansea. And if you're a first-time visitor, then why not? Subscribe, like, watch and comment. Help the channel to grow and help us to support the very worthwhile cause you can see scrolling above. Enough of that. If you are already following and we are growing in number, you'll know that at the end of the last episode, we were 18 points clear at the top of the table, and despite a very, very poor month since you've been here, we are still 16 points clear at the top of the table. We believe that we are going to be crowned as champions very soon, and that will mean we're going to need to have a very big clear out. And so let's start by having a look at how we've been defending and who's likely to go and who's likely to stay, as we will definitely move into the Premier League. You can see our overall stats are absolutely phenomenal. We are performing well above average. There are a couple of areas we are not performing as well in. We are not tackling as much. We're well below average in tackling, and we are not making as many clearances or blocks as the other teams in the division. And that's simply because I think that we have spent much more time attacking rather than defending, and we haven't needed to defend as much. But where we have needed to defend, we've been absolutely resolute. And we have surpassed ourselves in pretty much every area. But in terms of the squad depth in this area, it is not as good as we would like to think it is. We did bring in a few players, and the back four was easy for me to select. And we brought in Christian Zimmerman from Norwich for £900,000. He's an absolute steal at that price, and he's had the most amazing season. It's a sea of green, basically, and he has an average rating of 7.5. He's been absolutely phenomenal in this season. He's 29 years old. I think he's still got another couple of seasons left in him. He's scored 4 goals, 2 assists, and he's had 4 Player of the Match awards. His average rating in the Championship is 7.44, and he has a pass completion rate of 98% with 3 key passes. That is a phenomenal pass completion rate for a central defender. We don't tackle a lot. There's only 12 tackles he's made during the course of the season, but 4 of those have been key tackles. We tend not to tackle. We don't want to tackle. We're not the greatest tackling team in the league, so I instruct them to stay on their feet. It's not necessary to tackle. Rhys Williams has another one who's had a very, very good season, and we probably are going to be extending his loan. He's come in on loan from Liverpool, and there's no reason to be thinking we won't extend his loan. He also has had a phenomenal season. He's had 2 Player of the Match awards. He's scored 3 times. His average rating is 7.29, and his pass completion is 96%. And for a central defender, that's amazing. Again, his tackling is around about the 90% mark, and 2 key tackles. He's also had 5 key passes in his time. His rating of 7.29 for a young boy, 20-year-old, on loan from Liverpool. That's a fantastic performance. We'd like to see him at the club next year, developing even more. And then the other one who will probably be at the club next year is Ryan Manning, the left wing back. He's overall, his attributes are not brilliant for the Premier League, but I think he will do an adequate job. He is a 3.5-star player. He's not going to get any better than that, but he's had a very, very good season, and he has scored 2 goals during the course of the season and 8 assists in the Championship, and player of the match 3 times. His average rating is 7.23, which is phenomenal at this point, and he has a pass completion rate of 87%. He's performed very, very well for a wing-back. And 84% tackles won ratio is absolutely fabulous. And although he doesn't have brilliant attributes, he is a good all-round player, and he will probably feature at the club next season. This is where it gets very complicated, though. Cyrus Christie in on loan from Fulham, declining somewhat this season. He has decent attributes, but in terms of his form, it's a bit like a bride's ID, a bit up and down at times. And I don't know if I want to extend his loan. He's going to expect to be a regular starter, and I'm not thinking he is of that quality for the Premier League. Throughout the season, he's had 1 goal, 3 assists, 3 Player of the Match awards, which is pretty good for a wing-back, an average rating of 7.21, again, a really good performance, and he's made 55 key passes through the course of the season. His passing ratio, completion ratio is 89%, good for a wing-back, and 78% tackle rate, including three key tackles during the season. And again, these are great statistics in terms of form, but whether or not I can keep him, I don't know. In terms of the other centre-back that we have a young boy called Ben Cabango, and he's got nice attributes. He's just a little bit untried and untested, and towards the end of the season, I think we could need to give him more game time to see what he can do. He does have good attributes. His agility and balance are not great at 8 and 7 respectively, but I think he still has room to improve, so he might be around. In terms of our other centre-backs, Finlay Burns will not be around. He's an 18-year-old on loan from Manchester City. I've not been too impressed with him. His attributes are not brilliant, although he's very good in the air. But he does tend to get a bit complacent when he's in game, and I'm not too happy with that. And so I think he'll be going back to Manchester City. And the other one that we have Nathaniel Ogbeta, who came in last summer, who is a left wing back. He's also not performed very well this year, and his attributes are declining rather than going up, which is a bit sad. So I can't see that he will remain part of the squad. And I need someone who's going to be improving season upon season, not declining. We have Kyle Norton, who is way past it now. He's 33 years old, and I really don't think I want to extend his contract for another year. He still has decent pace, and he still probably is a decent right back, but whether or not he should be given an extra year, I don't know. Just let him go now. And the player that we bought in the January transfer window, Brooklyn's Leon's Foster, he's already training particularly well. His attributes are improving. He's obviously going to be sticking around, but I think more like a 5th choice wing back rather than a regular starter. So at the back, we have 3 definites that we want to keep, or 4 definites that we want to keep. That's Zimmerman, Williams, Manning, and Brooklyn's Leon's Foster. I think the rest, maybe Cabango we will keep, but the rest can definitely go. Brandon Cooper is the other one that we have, who is a young lad. He was lounging around in the under-23s when we picked him up, and just to have a quick look at him, we found that he does have quite decent attributes for a centre-back. And towards the end of the season, again, we probably will give him a few run-outs. He's a strong player, again, lacks agility and balance, but his mentals are pretty good for a 22-year-old, and his technical ability isn't that bad. So we might hold on to him, who knows. We'll see what the rest of the season brings. I don't know. There's only 4 definites out of that list. Let me know in the comments if you think I'm making an error and letting someone go who shouldn't be let go. But I think that Ogbeta, Norton, Brandon Cooper, and definitely Finley Burns will be let go. If you think I'm making a mistake, let me know, please, in the comments. But in terms of what's been going on the pitch, when you were last with us, you saw us beat Stoke by 2-1, a very fortunate way. And then again, against Bristol City, we've had problems breaking Bristol City down this year. We had a very tame 0-0 draw against them, our second 0-0 draw against Bristol City this year. And then we beat Sheffield United, who were second in the table at the time, by 2-1. And then Bournemouth, who were sixth in the table at the time, they came to visit, and I thought, if we can win this one with the fixtures we've got coming up, then things will be looking very rosy indeed. But Bournemouth had other ideas, and they took the game to us very, very early on. They gave us a very torrid time at the back, and then we had a little breakaway, and Obafemi was put in, and he should have scored, and it was, I thought, going to be one of those games where things were not going to work out for us. And then Bournemouth broke up the right and swung in across and created another chance, and they were creating many, many more chances than we were. But eventually we gave away a penalty, and Solanke put away the penalty, and it was Swansea 0, Bournemouth 1. And in the second half, things got a little bit worse. We still were not in this game, and Lewis stroked the ball in from just inside the penalty area. We were 2-0 down. I was very, very cross with the team. This is a game that we should have got something out of. We did come back strongly towards the end when Peterson robbed the Bournemouth defence and Pirro crashed it in the near post to make it 2-1. But unfortunately, right towards the end, in the 84th minute, I thought we had equalised, and I still think that this is actually a goal, that he is not offside. But unfortunately, it was disallowed due to being offside. But if we actually watch the replays of this, then he's clearly onside at the time the ball was struck. And Downs fed it out to Fulton. Fulton to Leons Foster. He is onside. But alas, the linesman's flag was against us on this day, and that was disallowed. We still had another chance towards the end of the game, and in the 92nd minute, Obafemi broke clear, and unfortunately, his finishing once again let us down. We do have a problem up front, and we're going to have to address that big time in the summer, that will need to be something that we focus on as a high priority. Against West Brom, it turned out to be, again, another team towards the top of the league. I think they were in third at the time, and that was a 0-0 draw. We unfortunately had Flynn Downs sent off in that game, so we really weren't the attacking force that we should be, and it turned into a very tame 0-0 draw. And so now we come to Coventry, or in fact, Coventry are coming to us, and this, if we look at this as the start of 4 games that we should be winning. Currently, we are 16 points clear at the top of the league. And if we win these 4 games, I can imagine that by the time April is peeking through the clouds, then we will all have but won the title. So Coventry kicking off March is a very, very big game for us. And if we can win all 4 games in March, then we will be champions. And at the back, we've got Fisher, Christie, Williams, Zimmerman and Manning. In midfield, we've got Fulton, Meacham and Grimes. Up the front, we have Patterson, Obafemi and Pirro. And let's hope that we can go and get these 3 points, put the pressure on the opposition and take it to the limit before April comes in. Wouldn't it be great if we could win the championship before April comes in? That would be amazing. And it is Coventry who have the ball. And that is just kicked upfield. It's picked up by Coventry and it goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. And again, it's a long punt up the field and Christie picks it up. Christie finds Williams. Williams to Fulton. Again, starting to pass it around now. It's Christie. Christie over the top looking for Patterson, but unfortunately that's intercepted and it's back to the goalkeeper. But it's a long punt upfield again, easily collected by Rhys Williams. Rhys Williams was so pleased with his season. We do need to extend his loan into next year. And Pirro is on the edge of the box. He's looking for Fulton. Fulton into the box. And Obafemi had another chance. Couldn't find the room to put that in. And Coventry are coming forward on the counter-attack. And here are Coventry, looking for an opening themselves, being forced wide. That's what we want to do with Coventry, is force them wide, and that then comes to nothing. And this is a game that we should be winning, and we have a corner, and Grimes to swing in the corner, and Zimmerman has scored. I think that's the first goal we've scored from a corner since November or early December. And finally, we've broken that voodoo and scored a goal from a corner, beautifully swung in by Grimes, and Zimmerman above everybody at the near post. And that's now Swansea 1, Coventry 0. Again, this is a very, very tight game. We're finding it very difficult to break teams down, but we are 1-0 up. We'll take that. We're going to tell them that you can do a lot better than that. So come on, get yourselves together, or I'm going to get a little bit cross. As Coventry, they will punt the ball forward again, and that's easily intercepted. As Pirro looks for Obafemi. Obafemi bursting into the box. He's being forced wide. Can he get it into the... That was a very poor pass from Obafemi, and seriously thinking we're going to have to remove him from the field of play, shall we say, at any point soon, and bring on Liam Delap. Obafemi's come in today because Delap is tired, but he's having a shocking game as Manning finds Grimes. Grimes, though, is not having a bad game, and Patterson heads it over the crossbar. It's the story of the season. Create so many chances, and yet we struggle to find the onion bag. It's something I really, really need to address in the summer. As Coventry have a free kick, and Coventry should have scored there. That was a let-off, totally unmarked at the back post from that free kick, and we were very, very fortunate. But it's still Coventry. Coventry, maybe they've realised that this team cannot score, and so they've gone a little bit more attacking. They're on the front foot, but we've broken that up. And Patterson looks to feed it forward, but they have intercepted, and that's a beautiful ball out to the right. Now, can Coventry come back into this game? And he's forced to turn, and it's driven into the box, and we've somehow kept that out, but Coventry still have a chance, and we've somehow survived that. It was some good defending by Zimmerman, some good blocking going on in the 6-yard box there that kept them out. These are very nervy times. Only 1-0, and this is never enough. We're gonna try and lock up things a little bit more defensively. We're gonna bring Fulton back as a defensive midfielder, and we'll bring Smith on. We have to take off Rhys Williams as well, as he's very, very tired at the moment. But as it stands at the moment, we are 19 points clear at the top of the Sky Bet Championship. And this amazing season is just going on and on. But here come Coventry, and they are looking to do something here, and there's a long shot from distance that goes over the bar, and we get away with another one. Defensively, we've been very, very good. Rhys Williams and Zimmerman I've been very, very proud of. They both, along with Manning, have over 7.3 as average ratings during the course of the season. I can't ask for more from my defence than that. As Obafemi looks to build something here, he finds Grimes. Grimes looking for Obafemi again. As Obafemi fires that into the box, can we get a shot away? No, we can't. Here comes Christie. Christie looking to go down the outside. And I think he's been fouled. It is a penalty, and this could be what we need. Just to ease the pressure to double our lead. Grimes doesn't miss many. And he didn't miss that. He emphatically put that away. It is now Swansea 2, Coventry 0. And that will be, I would say, game over. And I think we are looking at the 3 points now with 10 minutes to go. And as long as we don't do anything stupid, then we will finish today 19 points clear at the top. But Coventry have a free kick and have scored. And yeah, I just said as long as we don't do anything silly, then we will take away the 3 points. And he's totally unmarked in the penalty area. I'm not sure about Cabango. It might be just that he's inexperienced, but he was totally dithering about in the six-yard box there. And it is now pressure back on. We have 4 minutes to see out. And we're just going to now try to close the game up, pass it around. And here comes Delap with a chance, and he's hit the post. And I think they're just trying to destroy my nerves. We just need to hold on, and we have another squeaky bum victory. Swansea 2, Coventry 1. We've just told them we've got to do better, although we are 19 points clear at the top of the Sky Bet Championship. The fans are absolutely buzzing. The town is buzzing. And I can't imagine for the life of me that we are not going to win the championship now unless there is an absolutely drastic reduction in form. West Brom are failing, Sheffield United are failing, Fulham are failing at the moment. They're all in very poor form. And Swansea just keep grinding out results. And that is why we are so far ahead. We are taking advantage of West Brom's poor form, of Fulham's poor form. And if we have a look at what is coming up, we have a very, very easy month in terms of fixtures. Blackpool, Peterborough and Birmingham. They're all fixtures that we should win quite comfortably. And by my estimates is that if we do win all 4 of them, Coventry, Blackpool, Peterborough and Birmingham, then we will be in a position where we will be able to win the Sky Bet Championship against our bitter rivals Cardiff at the beginning of April. And that will be a remarkable achievement. We will come back for that game against Cardiff in case that is the situation. As for now, that's it for this video. If you are new to the channel, watch, like, comment and subscribe and help the channel to grow and help us to support the very worthwhile cause that you can see scrolling above. And all that remains to be said now is we'll see you for the big derby away at Cardiff.